Hello everyone, I'm Hunter SC. This is going to be the final Dark Souls video, at least for the next little while. We've completed our playthrough of the game. We killed off Lord Gwyn in that last video. This is going to be a new game plus prep video. Basically, this is a number of clips sewn together, just a bunch of little things that I did before graduating onto New Game Plus, tying up loose ends. Here we have Shiva of the East. He's just chilling in Blight Town. It's worth noting that I am part of the Forest Hunters Covenant. You could see my status on a screen from a few seconds ago. It said Forest Hunter +1, I believe. This is just the gear that Shiva of the East has. Demon Great Machete, you can get that from the Capra Demons, the mini Capra Demons. I've got a Demon Great Axe as well, quite good and strong weapon for strength builds. Eastwood Grain Ring slows the loss of durability, so I'm buying that for 10,000 souls. That's good for certain builds, but not for my build specifically. Some builds and some weapons lose durability really quite quickly, so in that case that ring is useful. That's not actually the purpose of this particular segment. Far more significantly, we are going to be picking up the I believe it's called the Dark Wood Grain Ring. We'll see in just a moment here. We've already talked to Shiva of the East, and then he's got his protector here, his bodyguard sort of, who's a little bit cloaked. He's a little bit transparent. We just slaughtered him, no problem, killing him off there, picking up humanity, and then there you go, the Dark Wood Grain Ring. Shiva is now hostile as well. We're going to put on the Dark Wood Grain Ring, and there you go. That's exactly what it does. It lets you flip, and I'll talk in a moment about why that is so significant. But we've got a battle here. Shiva of the East versus myself here. Ooh, nice lunging attack, crumbling Shiva. He's down to very little hit points. Both of us two-handing our weapons here. Who's gonna take it? Do I really have to ask? Shiva swinging and missing, switching back to his shield and trying to kick me, but not quite quick enough. He eats a nice sword cross from my executioner sword. He goes down. What is Shiva gonna drop for us? 1 or 2 humanity, a sword, and the iron round shield. Cool, but really what's most important there is the Dark Wood Grain Ring. The Dark Wood Grain Ring allows you to do those cartwheels and flips, allows you to roll very quickly, as you can see right there. During those flips, you've got quite a long period of invincibility, which is nice. We're going to actually open this chest and pick up this Hawk Ring. That Hawk Ring lets you zoom more when you're using binoculars. It lets you zoom more when you've got the bow, and it lets you shoot arrows even further. We'll see a little description here. Still harping on the Dark Wood Grain Ring though, because it allows you to have up to 50% of your equipment load, and you can still do flips. Ordinarily, you could only have 25% of your equipment load only 25% would allow you to roll quickly. But with the Dark Wood Grain Ring, you go all the way up to 50%. It's a tremendous upgrade, a tremendous bonus, and really, really helpful. Definitely get that ring from Shiva of the East. Shiva's up near the Forest Hunter Guild for a while, and when you join the Forest Hunters Guild, he goes down to Blight Town, so you can kill him off in either place. Here we just saw myself upgrade a +10 blood shield into the Shield of Artorius. Greatshield of Artorius. This was the shield that I used during the boss fight against Lord Gwyn in that last video. Very powerful shield, and I'm just going to take a few seconds here to show you basically how powerful it is. I'm just holding the shield up simply enough. We're going up against these large magical knights that, you know, they hit pretty hard. They do quite a bit of damage, and holding this shield up, I am just, you know, having none of it. I could sit here blocking his strikes all day long. It doesn't matter if he's doing his shield smash, his thrust, his swing. It just takes off a little bit of stamina and no health at all. I mean, I can hold up that shield all day. Very, very useful. Huge damage reduction and the best shield in the game, quite frankly. So you got to get a shield up to +10, and then you use the Soul of Sif to upgrade that to the Greatshield of Artorius. Here now we are back in Darkroot Basin, and this is a little bit of an interesting encounter. There are a few reasons why I'm doing this here. So after you kill off the Hydra, you can walk right by the ladder on your right hand side, continue hugging this like wall, and you'll eventually come to this crystal monster here. Is a golem. They're actually called a crystal golem, I suppose. So this guy's got a little bit of a red tint to him. He is different from the other ones in this area. A little bit stronger maybe, but not even by much. It's not really a hard fight. And after you kill him, there's this mysterious little being to greet us. So why don't we just take in the dialogue for a moment here.
It is thou who rescueth me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Oolacile. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My home, Oolacile, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee?
Well, given my build, no, but we'll humor you.
Thanks. I am pleased beyond words. Then I shout, engrave my signature. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
So we've rescued her from within that crystal golem. She offers us assistance of sorceries. If you say no, then you're not going to be able to see her signature. So definitely say yes to that decision. I believe that's true. I'm about 99% sure. Here's her soul sign down here. You need to be in human form when you come back. You can touch the soul sign when you're in human form. It summons this little lady back. So she's summoned now, and she can provide us with some different things.
It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thine wishes.
So, first and foremost, learn gesture, proper bow. That's actually why I did all this. I just wanted to sort of see what the proper bow was like.
If thou art in need,
I wanted to gain that gesture.
I wish to be of assistance.
And you also have access to all of her sorceries. So we may get a shot of that. We're just going to, I guess, swap on the proper bow. You've seen me do lots of bows at the beginning and ends of casts, but those are just sort of the hack bow. This is the proper one, you know, hands at your side, keeping it very formal. And then that's the regular bow, just a little bit more casual. I don't know, it's the little things in this game, guys. So we've learned that gesture.
It is an honor. I shall follow.
So hidden body, cast light, repair, chameleon. You can get the Oolacile ivory catalyst from her. A number of items though that you can't get anywhere else. And spells.
From my home I was taken, banished to a plane of distortion. It was there
just a little lore
that thou came to my rescue, long after I had relinquished all hope. So gleeful was I. My faith reneweth. The sorceries of Oolacile differ from the magic of thine age. It is difficult to explain. Oolacile's sorceries are, what doth one say? They're somewhat of an approximation. Thine sorceries are more straightforward, negating all but thyself. Dost thou not find some fascination in these discrepancies?
If anyone actually understands what she's talking about,
my
please post it in the comments.
Was reduced to ashes long ago in my time. I have been alone ever since. But to be summoned thus, and to be of service to thee, it is most rewarding. Oh, forgive me. Such a long past time is none of thine concern.
So that's all the dialogue available for Oolacile, Dusk of Oolacile. It's her name, I suppose. Some interesting lore. Didn't really understand exactly what she meant when comparing her sorceries to the sorceries of our age. But I thought it was a cool encounter. It's cool to learn that gesture. If you're interested in sorceries, you need sorceries from her. Cool encounter, some cool dialogue and lore. Wanted to share that with you guys. We're moving on now. We're back in the catacombs, and we are going to pick up here the Dark Moon Seance Ring. It's a ring required for one of the covenants. It also grants you an extra attunement slot. So that one's easy enough to find in the catacombs. And now we're heading back over to Anor Londo.
Very well. Go ahead. You may rest here. Even an undead requires repose.
So this is one of the female Dark Moon Knights.
In legend, he turned against the ancient dragons. He became Lord Gwyn's confidant, was granted dukedom, and was allowed to pursue his...
So we remember killing off Seath the
At the
Scaleless. He's a
Oolacile,
traitor, apparently.
He immersed himself in research on scales of immortality. The one thing that he did not have. But his very research drove him mad. The archives became a dungeon, a place for sinister experiments. Now, nobody dares even approach the Duke's forbidden archives. It looms over this land high atop the mountain. But I should warn against even an approach.
So we can take that advice with a grain of
What am
salt.
I? Well, I am the keeper of the bonfire.
Duly noted.
If not for me, what beacon would there be in this lost city? A gatekeeper.
Okay, so just taking in a bit of dialogue from her. She, is a member of the Dark Moon Covenant, and will sort of play a role in a little bit here. So we picked up the Dark Moon Seance Ring, and now we can go and explore Anor Londo and take a look at the Dark Moon Covenant. You just simply switch this lever here, and once this platform descends, you can go to the bottom, take the stairs down, and you have an interesting choice to make down there. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. But yeah, before you do this, you got to get that Dark Moon Seance Ring, or it will be blocked off coming up here. So go to the catacombs, grab that ring first, and then just head in this direction here. Just doing a little extra exploring, doing a few extra ninja flips. Ninja flips ever so good in PvP. Very, very powerful, some say overpowered ring. There's a bonfire here as well, and a very large statue of Lord Gwyn. Heading down here immediately next to the bonfire, and we get...
Halt! This is the tomb of the great Lord Gwyn. Tarnished it shall not be by the feet of men. If thou art a true disciple of the Dark Sun, cast aside thine ire. Hear the voice of mine self, Gwyndolin, and kneel before me.
Kneel before you? I kneel for no one. Although I kind of regret it. Do note that it says Covenant None now, because I killed off Shiva of the East. It bans you from the Forest Hunters Guild. So you can kneel here. If you kneel, that allows you to join the Dark Moon Covenant. But instead, I choose to traverse the white light, and you'll see what happens.
What foolishness! Why trespasseth upon the great Lord's tomb, whilst thou art a disciple of the Dark Sun? Mark the words of mine self, Gwyndolin. Thou shalt not grow unharmed.
Now throwing threats in my direction. Gwyndolin. Dark Sun Gwyndolin. Boss fight. I didn't even know about this boss fight. And I played through the game a number of times. I didn't realize that there was this boss you could encounter. So this is going to be my first attempt at killing off Dark Sun Gwyndolin. And as you can see, it doesn't go so well. I mean, holding up the shield of The Greatshield of Artorius there would have negated about half that damage. Still would have been alive at least. I actually died a few times in this boss fight. This is going to be hopefully a more effective run here. So this is a good strategy when taking on this boss. I mean, Dark Sun Gwyndolin really just has 3 attacks. That direct, large, magical blast. This magical blast that hits in all kinds of little pieces. And then her, like, machine gun bow and arrow. It's like 5 arrows in a row. That's the only one that is easy to block. You can block it and take no damage at all. Once you close the gap, get 1 good swing in. If you're lucky, maybe you can get 2 swings in. But this boss doesn't have a huge amount of health either. I also have a very powerful sword, so I mean you can see 1 chop there, taking out a good chunk of life from this boss. This is like an infinite hallway, though. It will go on forever. This boss fight can take quite a while if you have a hard time closing that gap. Switching to 2 hands and doing lighter attacks. I could actually fit 2 light attacks in there, and that does a lot of damage, especially 2-handed, as you saw. Accidentally jumping instead of flipping there, taking some extra damage. But it should just be 1 more hit, I believe. Those ones are homing as well, those little magic missiles there. They do home onto you. Here we go. So I get 1 swing in there, and you see how I kicked? It's actually very interesting. I got that first swing, and then I kicked her, which prevented her from teleporting away.
An eternal curse upon thee.
So even though the boss was essentially invisible, I managed to still kick her, which made her lag on the teleport, and I got another shot in. I don't know, it's kind of a small little combat detail, but it's still pretty cool. So we killed off that, defeated the Dark Sun Gwyndolin, retrieved my bloodstain, got 40,000 souls, but at the end of the day, I don't know, I kind of would have preferred to try out the Dark Moon Covenant a little bit, because once you kill off that boss, or actually once you just initiate the boss battle, you don't even have to kill off Gwyndolin there. You can't join the Dark Moon Covenant. As far as I know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you can join it anymore. So you get all this armor here, the brass set, that's the same set as the firekeeper in Anor Londo, but I'm not going to wear it because it's female armor. So in Dark Souls, though, there's no differentiating. In Demon Souls, there's actually items that only male characters or female characters can wear, but it's not the case in Dark Souls. Let's see what's in this chest. Sunlight Blade. Be cool to have if I casted Miracles. This is the first time I've ever seen this happen in Dark Souls. I was so astounded here. I'm like, I opened this chest, there's nothing in it. I mean, I would have rather that just been a mimic or something. It's really annoying, actually. I used a Homeward Bone, I think, to teleport back here, and you can see immediately that the firekeeper is now hostile to you. I mean, you killed the Dark Sun Gwyndolin. She's not happy about that one bit. She enchants her sword, does quite a bit of damage, and she's got a parrying dagger there. So I would be quite wary of recklessly attacking really anyone who sports that parrying dagger. Oh, and that's why. Ooh. Nice repulsed from the firekeeper. Spilling my blood all over Anor Londo. Barely able to stand up. Definitely retreating here. Gonna grab a quick swig of this Estus so we don't die. But yeah, I mean, anytime you swing at her, she will likely parry you. It's a lot like Lautrec, actually. There aren't very many enemies in the game that like to parry, but this NPC does it. Lautrec as well. There you go.
How?
I managed to stagger her.
Is a threat.
I certainly am a threat.
Gwyndolin.
Gwyndolin's dead. So yeah, we're able to kill her off, keeping it formal with that proper bow. And most importantly, we pick up this firekeeper soul. And these are some of the most important items to pick up during your New Game Plus prep. the firekeeper souls, because you know you're going to get more in subsequent playthroughs, and you can keep bolstering up your Estus flask. A lot of other items, you know, if you don't get it in new game, you can just pick it up the next time around, and you only want, you know, you only need one item or whatever. But firekeeper souls, you're going to want to pick them all up. You're going to want to get them all and always grab them, because they'll just always pay dividends in the future. So we grab that firekeeper soul from the Dark Moon people in Anor Londo. We're going to pick up another firekeeper soul here. We are back in the Duke's archives. We're just at the bottom. After you get killed by Seath the first time, you spawn at that bonfire. You go to the bottom there. You can turn off the music as well. And ordinarily this section is locked off. We're just killing off a whole bunch of these like octopus men. One serpent warrior here as well. Killing him off, no problem. And now we do have the key. So normally you come down here, and this door right here is locked, and Big Hat Logan is behind it. And then later in the level, you find the key. So this Archive Tower Giant Cell key. Long name. Now that we have that key, we can head to the back here. And although we can't rescue Big Hat Logan anymore, we can pick up that Firekeeper soul. Very important for sure. Heading back to Firelink Shrine. We already used the Dark Moon Firekeeper soul to bring our flask up to +5. And now talking to the Firekeeper here. Reinforcing our Estus flask once again all the way up to +6. We are going to be pretty well set for New Game Plus. The only other things that I did, you know, before graduating onto our next playthrough was, like, I killed off some of the NPCs. A lot of people after finishing the game will just go ahead and kill off all the NPCs in the game. Like, why not? Just loot all their bodies, take their souls, take their humanity, any items they'll drop, because once you kill off Lord Gwyn and move on to New Game Plus, all the NPCs are reset. There's no hostility. You don't have to absolve your sins. You don't have to worry about anything like that. But this video's main purpose was just to cover some important items for New Game Plus prep, especially those Firekeeper souls, and you know, just some extra exploration and some interesting encounters that I wanted to share with you guys. Once again, this is going to be the last Dark Souls video for a little while. I mean, of course, when the PC version comes out, I'm going to be all over that. I'll do another complete walkthrough. I'll cover all the new bosses, all the new zones, all the new equipment and things like that. May sprinkle in, you know, the occasional Dark Souls or Demon Souls cast before then throughout the summer. But of course, with D3 launching on Tuesday, that's going to be a big focus in the time to come. I hope you guys have enjoyed these Dark Souls videos, completing the walkthrough, and I mean this prep video as well, just to tie up any loose ends. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm Hunter SC. Peace out.